The streaming giant, Netflix, which is also known as King of the Hill in the streaming services for over decades, is now experiencing a massive and drastic loss of subscribers globally, resulting in a remarkable decline of its market cap with an estimated prospect of further deterioration in its stock value. Not only that, do you know that among the latest tech companies, Netflix is the only large technology company that has triggered a flurry of efforts to overturn its losing deficit, but what could have amounted to this significant setback? Welcome to our channel, where we share everything that you need to hustle from home. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and click the bell icon to be notified of future videos. Now let's get started. Netflix has had a steady rise in market value between 2015 and 2021, when its market value rose to about $267.46 billion, after which started declining until April 20th, 2022, when it announced a net loss of 200,000 subscribers globally. Within the first quarter of the year, its share price slid more than 35%, and early trading following the announcement, wiping around $55 billion off its value. And as of May 2022, Netflix has a net worth of $80.4 billion. Now that's an incredible loss. In fact, it is now the worst performing stock of 2022 in the S&P 500. What an unfortunate report. There had been endless questions as to what exactly plunged the company into such a huge loss. What happened? Keep calm and stay glued to the end of this video, as I'll be diving into this. The primary cause of this dramatic crisis was as a result of a massive loss of subscribers. For the first time in a decade, the company experienced a parachuting loss in net subscribers rather than a continuous increase in growth. This came as a shock, even to the Wall Street analysts, who anticipated a more profitable growth of about 2.5 million new customers. But it never happened. This is the actual situation, and it has been forecasted that the company will lose another 1 million net paid subscribers globally within the next 3 months. Netflix is a global streaming industry known and used by almost all. When there was still room for password sharing, 75 million of 142 million households in the US and Canada were paid subscribers to Netflix, and more than 30 million additional households are using the service in North America. So obviously, there might be more to the company's massive downturn. According to experts who keenly monitored the streaming industry's financial reviews, several factors outside of the company's control are also responsible for the downturn of events. There is the after-pandemic crisis that resulted in inflation, which forced customers to cut back on use and subscription. Also, Netflix had to pull off its service in Russia following the start of the Russian-Ukraine war, with over 700,000 subscribers lost from both countries. The pandemic restrictions, having kept people on lockdown, drove many people to sign up for Netflix subscriptions to binge view their way through the public health crisis, resulting in a significant add-up to the market value. Inversely, the easing of pandemic restrictions has not been good for Netflix. Of course, people could later go out to earn a living, and there was less time for them to sit down and watch. And considering the rise in the cost of living, everyone kept cutting down on expenses, which I guess you did too. Definitely this brought a decline in subscribers. Worst of all, Netflix has been increasing its monthly fees sharply around the world. At the beginning of 2022, the company decided to increase its subscription price in the United States and Canada. Some UK subscribers are now paying approximately 30% more than what they were paying a year ago for the same service. This is ridiculous. As a result of this hike in price, over 600,000 subscribers in North America canceled their subscription in January 2022. Ever since, Netflix has been exploring different possibilities to introduce a cheaper subscription, which will be funded by advertising companies. The aim is to expand the streaming service into households and regions that had previously been unable to afford the service at full price. However, this move has previously been rejected by the company. Although this strategy of giving room to the advertisement industry could have been adopted earlier by the company, Netflix claimed it would result in further loss considering the amount of people sharing passwords, because about 100 million households globally access its service through password sharing, thereby lowering the company's potential for a bigger market cap and hurting its bottom line. For years, Netflix permitted the practice because it functioned as an effective discount, but now Netflix has started asking subscribers to pay a small additional fee of about $3 a month if they share their service with people outside their household. But unfortunately, it wasn't a successful strategy because people had better alternatives. Are there better alternatives? Yes. There is a high increase of competitors in the tech world more than ever before. Although Netflix is still the first-ranked streaming service, tons of other streaming platforms contending for its subscribers' view and attention. Netflix acknowledged the chunks of subscribers that have been siphoned away by its multitude of competitors, the likes of Amazon, YouTube, Apple TV+, Hulu, and other traditional media companies such as Disney, HBO, and NBC. There are, however, more factors to the company's breakdown. Netflix has a content problem. For a while, Netflix was the master of the buzzy title that everyone had to check out. But now, some other streaming services play the game better. Netflix often goes silent for months without any captivating trending movie, whereas a streaming site needs buzzworthy hits that must attract attention and convince people to subscribe at least for a month or two so they can catch up on the latest show that everyone is talking about. In addition, Netflix also has a catalog problem. No one should belittle the importance of a good catalog. A successful streaming network needs to find a balance in consistency, producing short-term hits, high-demanding movies, and catchy content. It must ensure it has a library of content that has the staying power to keep people coming back for more. Sadly, in recent years, Netflix lost various significant networks across the United States because other major film and television studios licensed their materials to other streaming platforms instead of Netflix. This created a major competition and a good business strategy for media companies to merge and build their own streaming services in order to regain their lost popular titles. This placed significant pressure on the need for original content created by Netflix. Having access to proven popular content was a low-risk success, and lots of content already produced rapidly expanded by the catalog, whereas original content creation has a much higher risk. This really hurts the brand, its content catalog, and the company's global revenue. Experts further stated that Netflix woes come down to two fundamental issues: increased competition in the streaming market and an outdated content strategy. Quite a number of events have indeed changed the course of the company in recent times. Netflix should definitely be on its toes if it wants to keep its subscribers. It is crystal clear a wearing threat to Netflix, and there's a less promising future for the company owing its recent loss of subscribers. So the question now is, can the streaming service really pick up from this crash and maintain an upward growth? And does it plan for the future show confidence or panic? Dear viewers, what do you think? What is your take on this? And aside from that, let's do a random survey, although this won't be a paid survey. So, among your friends and loved ones, how many used to be a fan and a Netflix subscriber? Make sure you drop your comment below. My next question is, do you still maintain their subscription plan, or they've opted for a better alternative? And lastly, do you mind telling me which streaming industry you think has the possibility to outgrow Netflix? As for me, I think Apple TV Plus stands a chance to be the next boss of the streaming industry. That will be all for today. Do not hesitate to share your views with me in the comment box, and remember to press the notification button so that you can be notified whenever I share new videos on this channel. Stay tuned for further updates. See you next time.